Good morning, this is Linda Trethewey, and I just want to quickly go over some of the ways that you can go into Google Classroom and ensure that your children are in Google Classroom, that they've registered for the class, that they understand what this platform looks like and how to use it. So, as a parent, there's probably a lot of anxiety as we begin this process and we continue through this process. So this video is just for you to understand, where do I go? So you're going to go to Google, and as a parent, you're going to go here to this icon and you'll see Classroom. So you're going to click Classroom, and hopefully you're going to see Google Classroom and that your child has registered for classes. So I have everyone in the entire school's class. Your children are not going to have that. Obviously, they will have about 5 classrooms that are in their class, in their actual page. So you're thinking, okay, I've done that and I don't see the classrooms. How do I join a class? Well, you're going to use this plus button, and it says create or join a class. You're going to join a class. And the next question is, how do I join a class? I don't even know where that is. Every class has a class code. So if I went to Mrs. Lambert class, here she has a class code. We have sent you in a Google spreadsheet all of our class codes. This went out only to our parents. So the class codes are here. It's going out again in another email, and it's also on our website. So but it's closed. You have to log in, and it's on our Google Classroom. So here are the actual class codes. So I would pick up one of these class codes, and I would go back to Google Classroom, and I'm going to go back to the classrooms, and I would want to join. So I would click this plus button, create or join. And when I do that, it's going to say join a class. Yes, I would love to join a class. And this is where you're going to use that class code. So once you join the class code, then the class will be there. Only students can join the class. So let me show you what that looks like. Teachers have the complete ability to make sure that only their students are in the class. So when I join Mrs. Edwards' class, when I look up people, Mrs. Edwards she's the teacher. Also in there, it shows that Mr. Rowe and myself are in there. If she wanted to add anybody, she could add and invite another teacher. But here are her students, and those are the students that are in the classroom. So no stranger can come in. This is our domain. We can control it within our domain. So once you're in here, if you look at Stream, this is where they're posting either questions, if it has a question mark. If it has an announcement, this is an announcement that she's posted. She has posted, things that assignments that she has them wanting to complete. She's also posted a video. So let's talk about that. There can either be a live Zoom activity or a video that is pre-recorded. When the students click on that, they have a video of how to do that activity. And things that they should be learning. So the video, they click the video and it shows. Good morning, class.
Today is Tuesday.
So in addition, let me go to, when you click over here, the students are actually going to see all their classes. Now when I do this, I can see everybody's class. Your children are not going to have all these classes. But what they will have is they will have PE and art and their major subjects. So let me go to a science class and just show you some of the things. So you can see the activities. So once again, Stream is for things that the teacher has posted. Classwork is where the actual instructions and the things that, for example, a lab is due. How do I do that? Here's the handout that's available. It could be a PowerPoint, and it gives them links to other activities. You also here can click grades. I'm going to jump out of there so you don't see the grades, but it does show grades, and it shows for only your student what is missing. So as students, they can see what is due, what is missing, and what is upcoming. So then what does the schedule look like? Well, we're sending out a new schedule, and the reason we're sending out a new schedule is because we want to make sure that we give enough time for the students to have some time that's downtime, and it doesn't look like they are in class from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. So what that looks like, and again, this is going out today as well, but I just want to run through what that looks like. So if you have a kindergartner, morning meeting right now is for our teachers, and we're going to meet every morning, talk about the day. Lower school teachers will talk to each other about what assignments are being created. Middle school teachers will talk to each other about what assignments, so that we don't overburden both the parents and the students. So as a kindergartner, you're going to make sure that you visit Google Classroom. Then they have a Zoom with the teacher. This is going to be at least 3 times a week, and that Zoom address will be in the teacher's announcement. So that area where it said stream. Then here's PE. They're going to go to their PE class, and Coach Balo and Coach Vinny have prepared exciting activities for all the kids to see each other and just get their sillies out and get up and have some activity time. So if you hear music playing in the background, that's probably PE. Then we have art available, and Miss Hanley is creating activities for the students. And then the students go to lunch, then they have some more work time, and then here it says Spanish, and it's only on Monday. So that would be the only day that they need to click in. They can click in on other days to Spanish as well, but on Monday, they're going to look and see, oh, I have Spanish work to do. Or my Spanish teacher is online. I want to understand what the activity is. Or they might pre-record their lessons. So this is lower schools' distance learning schedule. We tried to make sure that the Zoom classes are not at the same time. So if you have a first grader and a third grader, first grade, you'll notice, and third grade Zooms are not at the same time. That's for the sheer purpose of we want to ensure that the devices being used at home, that we're not overburdening you again. Middle school, since they have one-to-one devices, they look a little bit different. Again, morning meeting is right now for the teachers. As we get into this, we're hopeful that morning meeting can be a time that the whole middle school community comes together. We have a Zoom that has our prayer and our pledge and our activity. So if I were a 7th grader, I'm going to start at 8:30 with Mr. Obenringer. Then I have to see which math class. So the math is in white because there are multiple math classes, because there you have to make sure that you're in your correct math class. Then as a 7th grader at 9:45, I'm going to join Mrs. Segredal's English class. Then I would go to social studies with Mrs. Lawrence. Then I have PE 3 days a week, and then on the 4th day I have art. So what that looks like is 3 days a week the teachers will either have a Zoom or they'll have a video prepared for the kids. The kids will continue their day. Their day for most kids is going to be over around that 12:50 or 2 o'clock, depending on if it's a Spanish day that they have Spanish. Teachers have office hours from 2 to 3:30. That's really to ask any of those questions. Hey, I'm working on my assignments. I don't understand. We are encouraging the teachers to shut off their computer at 4 o'clock and try to have some downtime. We understand that students might be handing in assignments at 5 and 6 o'clock, but that's not really preferred. We're trying to keep the school day to that 3:30, so that we want to keep somewhat that idea of normal and what is normal. So again, we will be sending the schedule out, so you'll see the schedule in an email today. We're going to have a Zoom coffee for parents at 9 o'clock tomorrow, so parents can talk about how this is going to look like at home, what this looks like, what are some helpful hints. We'll continue to prepare these videos to try to help you. And this quick 10-minute video is really to give you the ins and outs, again, of Google Classroom. Where do you find those class login codes? How do I get into Google Classroom? Again, quickly, here's your Google Classroom and what this looks like as a parent and as a student. So stay safe, God bless, and we look forward to having more of these discussions